that you hear some Ukrainian and I will translate it. I know everyone knows English here, but just to represent what Carlos said in Ukrainian. Ми дуже раді вас вітати. Це унікальна подія. Хто був уже, можливо, в Кембриджі і в Лондоні, Юрко чудово змінює програму, адаптує. Це унікальний приклад для мене особисто свідомої діаспори, яка могла залишатися в комфорті і в теплі, і яка обрала робити щось і бути тим свідомим цвітом нації. Тому я дуже рада, що ви всі тут є. Ви обрали цей вечір почути то унікальне на наших національних інструментах. Я запрошую вас насолоджуватися цим вечором.
Дуже дякую, можна. І так починаємо. Михайло, дякую всім.
Nічого забув. Thank you for coming. Thanks for loaning to church. Thanks for putting us up for the night and coming out. A lot of people. We never really know what we're going to get. It's our first time in Ely. So we'll start with a song. Я запрошую Kobzar Armada. This is a Cossack song. And last night in Cambridge was fantastic. But we're doing a video shoot today too. So we're going to try to do different songs, a lot of different songs specifically. So this is a Cossack song from maybe the 18th century. It's called In the Field There Is a Tree. There's one tree. The others are cut down or died. The tree has lots of taкі green leaves as the green Cossacks, the young boys who have stepped up to bat today for these, especially these, not 3 years, but how many, 12 years? 12 years have been in war? I can't even count, I lose count. So unfortunately, the Cossack cause, as we call it, when you have to defend your country and fight for your freedom. That's how it works in Ukraine. That's how it's always worked, and probably maybe other countries. So this is the wife of a Cossack asks her young Cossack husband, who's going to tuck you in at night? And the Cossack says, things will be fine. Mother Ukraine will tuck me in with the yellow burkonina tumbleweed and with the light blue Cossack coat as a pillow. Things will be fine, and I'll come home, hopefully. Ой, політра.
Ой, політра.
why are we called the Kobzar Armada? What does it mean? What is a Kobzar? Not even Ukrainians know their blind bard tradition. A lot of people think Kobzar, it's Shevchenko. Shevchenko is the Kobzar. No, Shevchenko is the national bard, you might say. Not a musical bard, but a national writer, you might say, like Shakespeare was a bard, but not necessarily a musician. So a Kobzar is a Ukrainian missionary of eastern Ukraine. He's blind. He plays either the bandura or the kobza, this type of kobza, not that type of kobza. There's an earlier type played by Mamai, the Mamayevsky kobza. And he would go from village to village, to city, preaching the truth about Ukraine, the truth about your soul, about how to live correctly, not incorrectly. We call it morals. You hear morals? We talk about morals in church still, hopefully. So this is what the Kobzars did. Nobody sent them. They went on their own accord. No government plan. No politicians. They kept their Kobzar guild going and protected it very seriously, even going so far to create their own secret language. Libysky mova. Kto чули про Libysky mova? Anybody hear about that? Imagine, why would this group of blind beggars, make their own language? Because they were afraid of being killed, practicing this very dangerous tradition under Muscovite-occupied eastern Ukraine. The Kobzars existed between 1700, when we lost our Democratic Republic of Eastern Ukraine, known as the Cossack state, or Hetmanshchina in Ukrainian, the Hetmanate. And they were destroyed in 1933. Eventually, Stalin killed them all. How he killed them, we don't know. But Stalinism, along with a genocide in 1932-1933, when 10 million Ukrainians were starved to death on their own land, that's when the Kobzar tradition ceased. And even today, after how many years? About 90 years, Ukrainians don't know these instruments. They say, what are these? Some people know. But this is our work, to actually reintroduce the Ukrainian national instruments. They're harps. Any Irish here today? Any Irish Catholics? I thought the Catholic was, yes, some Irish. Okay. I have a little bit of Irish. My last name is actually Brewer by passport, but I know who I am very well. These are you could compare to the Irish bards, who also had a very similar, eerily similar mission to keep Ireland free. And the English had their bards. I've heard even the Scots in Welsh. Even going into the Welsh National Museum, you see a big epic picture of a battle and some army coming in, and a Moses-like looking bearded guy with a harp. It's the Welsh bard. So we had these blind bards in the Isles. In Ukraine we did too, and we try to bring that back. I have an American accent. It's a long story. We call it diaspora, when my grandmother and grandfather fled because they were educated Ukrainians. I went home. Я поїхав додому. Мені жалко жити як didn't want to live like a refugee, right, and live like an alien, as they say. I wanted to go home and live in my home and do what I have to do to keep it my home. So we revived the Kobzar tradition, and I start actually my spiel, as we say, with a song from the Kobzar tradition. We're going to hear lots of genres today. I'm going to explain, because it's not just explaining the texts, which are in Ukrainian mostly, but not only, but also the context of all these songs, why they pertain to the war. This is not just some music you'll hear today. This is the music the world needs to hear, specifically written to defend Ukraine today and to end the suffering of the war. So we talk a lot about history and culture. So this is a church hymn. We call them kanti, or psalmi in Ukrainian, and it was the central song of the Kobzar repertoire. The Kobzar sang spiritual songs mostly. Some historical songs, which also have spirituality in them, such as defend your country and keeping your country healthy and safe. But this is the kant about the truth and the lie. It's about morals, really. We have a time, the first line, a time today in the world where that which is called the truth is really a lie. One politician said, we have the facts, we have the alternate facts. Anybody hear that? Someone say who? You should know. There it is, folks. We had the newspaper called Pravda, the truth, in which was lots of lying going on in there. So there's a reason the Kobzars were killed in 1933, because they had their own program of truth and justice. So the last verses, singing that in the world in general there's no truth left. Now the lie has governance amongst all lands. But he who listens and respects the truth and tells the truth, he will be blessed. And that person that you very well know, the Antichrist, Vladimir Putin, the evil Tsar, he even believes his own lies. You've heard that. This guy is full of it, as we say. And such people will be humbled eventually. Putin's problem is what? He has too much power and money. And he thinks he's God. And he thinks if he's going to die, he's going to take the whole world with him. Either take it over or destroy it. There's a problem. We don't want nuclear war, right? But Putin is not God. God is what? God is love. God is truth. So again, do what you can do out of love. Do it because you want a more justful, free world. And God will help us deal with Putin and other evil people everywhere. Namastite Pravde from the Kobzar repertoire. It was called Kievan Rus, not to be confused with Russia. There was no Russia, or as they called themselves until 1705, Moscovia Tataria. The term Rus means Ukraine Rus, centered in Kiev. Has nothing to do with the Muscovite Empire of today. Again, we call that Moscovia Tataria, but actually just Moscovia. Nothing against the Tatars, but with the Muscovites, it's a different story. They stole our country, they stole our name, they stole a lot of things which are not theirs, and call it theirs. They stole our history, and we can go on and on and on. As we call it, a Russian fake. So this is actually a very suitable for Christmas time. Who's celebrating Christmas already? Okay, we're getting into Christmas. You can't help it, the lights are. So this is actually, you might even say, a Christmas carol. This is the prophecy of Isaiah when he says, there will be a child, his name will be Emmanuel, which means God is with us in the flesh. But this specific text is in Church Slavonic, S nami Bog, not singing Russian. Again, Russia didn't exist. And the language is called Church Slavonic, the language of the monks, maybe the Church Lavra, or other catacombs and monasteries in Ukraine. So he says, listen to Emmanuel, do what he says, repent. And the question is, why did this become a national anthem? It's a Christmas carol, right? It's a prophecy of a Jewish man who lived some 8,000 years ago. And the answer is, when Cossacks are getting ready to defend their country and everything they consider holy, their family, their land, their people, their lives, they sing, God be with us, meaning let's defend our country with love. Because what does Jesus say God is? He doesn't say it's the bearded guy up there. There's no bearded guy. Here's the bearded guy, and he's down here. When we talk about God, we mean the Christian God. Love, and again, as the last Kant said, truth, morals. This is what God is. And even if you're an atheist, you don't believe in the bearded guy, I don't either. But you believe in love, right? So that's the idea. Defend your country with love. This became the national philosophy of Ukraine for all these years. And what does it mean, defend your country with love? It means don't defend it out of hate. Control your anger. Who hates Russia? Let's be honest. They killed all my family. They might try to kill ours too. This is not an anti-Russian rally, folks. This is how we help Russia go home. We help them get it right. We help them deal with their evil empire and make it less evil. Unfortunately, we have to shoot them a lot of times, but sometimes that's what the only language a bully understands. So I tell the soldiers in the front, defend your country, our country, however you feel fit, but do it out of love, and it won't be a sin, it will be good. Let's teach the Russians how they should be. Let's give them a good example. This is our Ukrainian mission. We can do it. We are not a hateful nation, nor will we let Putin fill our souls with anger and become the fascist he wishes we are, and realistically, a lot of Russians are today. So God be with us all. Do it out of love, and it will be good. And God will be with us. And when God is with you, you can do anything, even move mountains. And I think it's time to make that Moscow mountain into a molehill. They need to work on quality, not quantity. We're making a video recording, so we're trying to get all the elements right. We've had some fantastic concerts. This actually, with Oleg Boot, this is the second last concert. He has to go back to Ukraine. The armed forces had said, okay, Oleg, 2 months, that's it, then you gotta be back. And he has to be back today, so they can let him out again to go to America and wherever we might go. God be with us. Again, very similar to Gregorian chant. We actually have notes. That's why we can sing this song. One line, everybody's singing unison, monody, you can call it. So later on, we have a big division of voices into, as we say, Bahata Holosia, or in English, polyphony, the Baroque time, the Baroque canti. We have not one voice, but 3+. So this is a song from the Kobzar Baroque. An interesting question. What was happening in Ukraine during the Baroque time, right? About 1600 until 1750, you might say. And the answer is a lot is happening. The second time in world history when Kiev was the biggest city in Europe happened during the Baroque. The first time was around 1150, if I'm correct, during Kievan Rus, but the second time in about 1629. Why were all these Europeans fleeing to Kiev? What was going on there? Well, we know that we had a very specific state structure. Again, we call this the hetmanate, hetmanshina. We have a very free government. You can flee from the empire, come to Ukraine. Of course, you have to be ready to fight, but certain freedoms. We have a democratically elected president called the hetman. Anybody read Byron's poem Mazeppa? But there's a reason he wrote that poem, because he wanted freedom to come here to England, which eventually did, and eventually we lost it, unfortunately, after the Battle of Poltava between Mazeppa and Peter the Not-So-Great. But we also had one of the first European constitutions, written by Philip Orlik, guaranteeing civil rights, individual rights. Very unique period. And again, this is eastern Ukraine. This is in the west, which is under Poland or and other countries. So for about 100 years, we had a very free them collecting weapons to kill Ukrainians, even so-called priests who are really KGB agents, and a lot of other nasty, dirty stuff. So I would ask Ukrainians, it's time to ban such an institution. We call it traitorous. Right, when you give out a hymn to the people to sing, and you sing about our favorite capital city, Moscow, this is called treason, isn't it? That's what they do on that type of level. They've been doing it for years, 30 years. So Dmitry Tutelo, the music of this kind, he was a lute player, he was a composer, poetry dedicated to Mary, the Mother of God. This is a way that the Cossacks would defend their country, by praying. And Mary often would appear on the battlefield just to show them, yes, I am answering your prayers. And eventually the Cossacks started calling Maria our shield, our wall, our border. So we are asking her to help us today, free us from slavery, give us a hand, don't let us fall into torture, be our mother of compassion and mercy. And if you can sing along, if you know Ukrainian, even if you don't know, it's very similar. You hear the chorus many times. Poдай нам руку, не дай нам муку, Matko miloserdna. So repeated a lot of times. From the Kobzar Baroque, Rože slične.
Rože sličnaja, diva čistaja, jačne papučaja. Podaj nam ruku, ne daj nam ruku, Matko milosrdna. Podaj nam ruku, ne daj nam ruku, Matko milosrdna. Aleluja, diva čistaja, jačne papučaja. Podaj nam ruku, ne daj nam ruku, Matko milosrdna. Podaj nam ruku, ne daj nam ruku, Matko milosrdna. Bože slanim, kritkami slanim, is Hristos otovani. Podaj nam ruku, ne daj nam ruku, Matko milosrdna. Podaj nam ruku, ne daj nam ruku, Matko milosrdna. Puno zlato je, nebo zlato je, u desnu posaženo je. Podaj nam ruku, ne daj nam ruku, Matko milosrdna. Podaj nam ruku, ne daj nam ruku, Matko milosrdna. Ozri svojim okom, zredesni pogledom, izvoj nas iz nevolji. Podaj nam ruku, ne daj nam ruku, Matko milosrdna. Ostani z nami, za svojimi slukami, i nas osvoji. Podaj nam ruku, ne daj nam ruku, Matko milosrdna. Daruj nas pokojim, pokorom Tvojim, i nas osvoji.
So this is a song between a man and a woman. The woman asks her mate, or her mate, yes, her friend, her boyfriend, whatever. And this is without coffee. Maybe I should just make it. She says, "Prove your love to me," right? Put your love to the test. And the superimposed text is from two Americans, Simon and Garfunkel. Any Simon and Garfunkel fans? Superimposed about the war coming and the tragedies of war, and about the soldiers who don't even know why they're fighting. They've long ago forgotten why. This is not about the Ukrainian soldiers. We know exactly what we're fighting, what we're dealing with. We call it genocide. just going in Cambridge today, I saw a lot of support for Palestine. That's fantastic. We should support a lot of countries which need that help. But when we talk about genocide, I'm talking about lots of people in Ukraine. It's a huge country, millions upon millions, and continuing genocide. It's still going on. I want my friends to come home alive. They haven't conscripted a leg. I hope they don't. We have our Kobzar mission, but if they do, we have to do now to prevent that from happening. Scarborough Ferry.
Irish song from group Clannad, Should You Run?
I wish I was on yonder hill, till then I sit and cry with you. марморний склад. Шуль, шуль, шулерон, шульга сакарам, шульга кюм, шульга дарас агасилья. И скучает марморный склад. I sell my rock, I sell my reel, I sell my Holy Spirit here to buy my love as for the steel. И скучает марморный склад. Шуль, шуль, шулерон, шульга сакарам, шульга кюм, шульга дарас агасилья. И скучает марморный склад. I wish in vain. I wish I had my heart again. And when we feel, I not complain. И скучает марморный склад. Шуль, шуль, шулерон, шульга сакарам, шульга кюм, шульга дарас агасилья. И скучает марморный склад.
So this is actually a composition of Oleg for this very old instrument. He's an excellent composer, his own setting of a very famous Ukrainian poet, Vasil Simonenko, and it's a song about, the first line is Victor-Manuel, бо я не вмію добре брехати.
Бо я зовсім не вмію брехати.
I don't know how to lie, so please believe every word I say.
Не вір мені, бо я брехать не вмію. Не жди мене, бо я і так прийду. Я принесу тобі свою надію, а подарую смуток і біду. Слова ясні лише мені відомі. У бормотіння скочне перебор, твою усмішку холодній втомі, бездумно, безголово топлю. І буду нерозумно братів, о, скільки доль навіки розрубали, мечі прадавніх скрещених доріг. Ми ще йдемо, ти що з мені говориш, твоя краса цвіте в моїх очах. Але скажи, чи ти зі мною поруч пройдеш безтрепетно по скрещених мечах? Дякую.
Ukrainian authentic song, lyric song. This song has maybe 100, 200 years, maybe more. I don't know. This song about love, about not happy love, about situation when mother want that her daughter married old man because this man is rich, but daughter love young beautiful boy. And this song about that, about Ukrainian life, not happy maybe life, maybe life in our country now, but many, many years ago. And name Котилася Горошина. I don't know English name this song. Ukrainian Котилася Горошина.
А Хорошини це горох? So the little pea rolled on, little vegetable pea.
Котилася горошина от поля й до поля, не вгадала ж моя мати, яка ж моя доля, не вгадала
first part famous poem Asturia Albanisa. Why Asturia Albanisa? Because this man Victor liked this poem very much.
Виклик додому.
Кам'яная, а в тій темниці пробувало 700 бідних козаків. Там неволі пробувало ясно світу, ні сонця праведного не зубачали. Гей, тоді кабранка, Марусю півного ставку, та все добре має, до кам'яної тіниці прихощає. Ей, до козаків словами промовляє. Ей, козаки, від невольники, чи ви знаєте, що в нашій землі християнські день за тепер зачували, тоді кобранку Марусь під поставку по річах пізнавали. Кайдан ви забращали, словами промовляли, сльозами умивали. Дівка бранка, Маруся попіла славку, хочемо ми знаєм, що в нашій землі християнські за тепер вже ми 30 літ тяжкі турецькі каторзі пробуваєм, та Божого світу ні сонця праведного не зубачали. Ей, козаки, відмінні невольники, що наші землі християнські даст біг, великий праздник рокові великий день. То як те, козви зачували, угору руки піднімали, кайданами завращали, тим кабранкам уж поставку кляли і проклинали. Гей, кабранка, подай мені щастя долі не зазнала, що ти нам той час цю правдоньку сказала. Козаки, не лайте мене, проклинайте. Ой, як буде завтра ваш трецький до вечері діщати, теж буде ключі дороги здавати, тоді що я до вас буду приходжати, вас на волю випущати. Той на роковий день Великдень став пашу турецький вечері діщати, став дівці вранці, розпославці, ключі дороги здавати, гей, чоловічки ранка, добре май до кам'яної темниці приходжає, залізний замки уникає, та усіх козаків на волю випущає. І ще й словами промовляє. Козаки, пановці, вирушайте на рідні землі, у городу християнській на ясні зорі, тихі води вкрай, веселі между мір хрещені, на Україну. А усі поревинайте на городу Богу, слави не минайте, оцю ненці вісточку подайте, та нехай отець на великий статки, який не збуває, мене не кабранка, мож пославку, з неволі не викупляє. Бо я вже потурчилась, обосорменилась, для розкоші нещасної, для лакомства визволь нас, Боже, з тяжкої московської неволі. На ясній зорі, на тихій воді, у край веселі, между мір хрещені, на Україну. О нині і до віка, даруй, Боже, нам нові літа. Дай Боже. In this instrument, I haven't presented it yet, so this is my chance. It's called a torban. It's not a kobzar, it's not a bandura. This is the Ukrainian Baroque lute.
You might say, what Baroque lute? We didn't know Ukraine had some kind of noble culture. We thought they were all, peasants and might say farmers. Not true again. We have our own instrument, the Baroque lute. It's similar to the Western European Baroque lute. We have many more strings. So a very popular instrument of the Kobzar generals, the starshiny, even the hetman Mazeppa played one of these, you can imagine. And also professional turbanists like John Dowland. So unfortunately on our turban we have almost no material to actually present, except for the folkloric work of Mykola Lysenko, one of the first Ukrainian folklorists or ethnomusicologists. So we have to study our neighboring culture. And we talk about the Renaissance lute. We have lots of songs from John Dowland. We're very lucky. You can even download them on the internet and immediately play them. Of course, John Dowland played the Renaissance lute. So this is a little bit later, but it's a transcription. Come again, sweet love doth now invite. Давай сразу наспев.
Come again, sweet love doth now invite, thy graces and refrain to do me to delight, to see, to hear, to touch, to kiss, to guide. With thee again is we to see, to hear, to touch, to kiss, to guide. With thee again is we to see, come again, that I may cease to mourn, through thy unkind disdain. For now that I'm forlorn, I sit, I sigh, I weep, I faint, I die. Very plain and in this misery, I sigh, I weep, I faint, I die. Very plain and in this misery. For the day, the sun that lets me shine, I've known to call me mine, and breathes delay. The smiles on my springs, the face, my joy to adore. The frowns of winters are my woe. The smiles on my springs, the face, my joy to adore. The frowns of winters are my woe. Thou canst not peace apart, for I that you approve. My sighs and tears for hot and thy shouts. Did temper sheep but shine on glass, thy smiles and tears for hot and thy shouts. Did temper sheep but shine on glass. Come again.
Which is a duck, some kind of waterfowl, and the woman tells about how the hardships of her life. Well, one is that her husband is very cruel, her mother-in-law is very angry, and she has little children, and it's very difficult to raise them, and that she's getting old. Siruja.
Oh, river,
This will be exciting. Okay.
На це нема ради.
So, and not a dance for actually dancing, it's more for listening. See you later.
Our life, our sweetness here below. Our hope in sorrow and in woe. Triumph for the cherubim, sing with us his seraphim, heaven and earth resounding. Slava, Slava, Slava for our land. And when their last breath leaves them, show them thy Son Christ Jesus. Triumph holy cherubim, sing with us his seraphim, heaven and earth resounding. Slava, Slava, Slava for our land. Salve Regina Puerto, ora scusi fratelli jubilate cherubim, exultate seraphim, consonate terratim, slava, slava, slava colore, mater misericordiae. Jubilate cherubim, exultate seraphim, consonate terratim, slava, slava, slava colore, slava, slava, slava Ukraini.
Herojem slava.
Дякую, Олег Круч. Намагається кожен взагалі. Тетяна Росинова on the drum and the tambura. Ola Paradovska on the drum, Anya Cole. And it's also very, very important to say that we've had a fantastic tour, almost getting to the end. Actually in London on Sunday at the Catholic Cathedral. That'll be our last date. But very important point. Thanks to the English who, through your tax dollars and your volunteerism and loaning us your church, not loaning, it's actually we add to the service, it's our Kobzar sermonizing. That's what I do. Without your help, we probably would not have a country. Just imagine that. And when you lose your country, you don't know when you get it back. My grandfather waited, he died waiting. He probably prayed that one of his grandchildren would go back. And I pray that you will eventually go back. But as you're here in England, please don't forget about Ukraine. Genocide is happening, not just in Palestine, but in Ukraine. It's been happening for 3 years. The bombs are coming down every week. My friends live, or especially all in Oleg, in that zone. So she's on the 16th floor, and she'll see a building that's got bombed out, several weeks before. Oleg lives right next to the support, the defense system, so he hears when the drones come in, the hundreds of drones, the swarms. So it's a terrible situation. Keep Ukraine on your radar, do what you can. You might say, what can we do? We don't have a lot of money, we don't have a lot of guns. You don't need guns and money. You need God. You need love. And when you love somebody, you don't say, okay, we love Ukraine. No. When you do something for those who you love, you help them in their time of genocide forever. So this is a fantastic time, really an honor for me to be able in my generation to do my forefathers' work. If I don't do it, if we don't do it, we lose Ukraine again. We might lose all of Ukraine. Let's not let it happen. It depends on each and every one of you. And again, and not just on Biden or Trump. We'll deal with Trump. I'll get to him. We're getting to him. They don't invite me to the Pentagon. They invite me around the Pentagon. So we give some Kobzar vibes to there.
Dude, ask what you can do. Maybe a little voice will come and say, program a concert for the Kobzar Armada. Maybe come to the Kobzar concert. Maybe donate something to their mission because Biden certainly doesn't give them money. We didn't come for your money, we came for your soul. That's much more precious. And your attention is the most valuable thing. But if you do have some spare, even hryvnia, Ukrainians, it's time to learn to donate. The government doesn't give us a cent. We take a portion of this money, not just to feed our children, but to travel to the front and go to, we had 4 tours, the whole front. It's high time we go back. I tell Tanya, we're going to the front, and she gets on the Ryanair from Dublin to Warsaw, takes the train. We all do this, and until we have peace in Ukraine, this is what we will do. We've given 600 of these in the past 3 years. And how can we give 600? Because we have gas money. So, donate generously again. Thanks to England. My idea is that God does not want Putin and will not let Putin destroy the free world, starting with Ukraine. God only wants us Ukrainians to get together and unite with free countries like England, America, Germany, and all over the world. Let the world know that there is a free place, a very free place. And let that freedom ring across all Europe and England and the Isles and the world. And let's help Russia have a taste of freedom and get rid of their terrible, terrible Muscovite system that seeks and destroys. This is not the way of the future. And we Ukrainians will help them get their act right. And with the English, we will be that armada, a world armada. Enough of the Moscow Empire. Thank you, bless your hearts. Take pictures of the instruments. Take some discs home. We have some famous, fantastic field recordings of Oleg Hood and also the projects of many of us. Are you the priest at the church? Is that it? Father? Is Father here?